Welcome back everybody to my channel. Hi, I'm Rizba the Blade, your personal mining guru, and today we're gonna do a special video which was requested from a lot of players, and this is how to get into ship mining with a rented prospector. Unfortunately, same as ship prices, also prices of rented ships went up. So now in current patch, if you wanna rent prospector, you need to pay 74k. But this is not the only thing what you need if you want to have like a great start and be efficient. We have new options in the game, and because of that we can actually put a different mining head on our prospector and put it very easily. And because of that we're gonna buy the hosted mining head, which is gonna be the best option for you as a starter, and we're gonna buy a SABIR gadget, and we're gonna buy a few search modules for mining. Because this is not small investment of 110k on the beginning of your journey. First, when you start to play Star Citizen, you need to do some other type of missions to gather the money so you can get in the world of ship mining. This video is gonna be a longer video also because I'm gonna show you what you can do in approximately around 2.5 hours with a rented prospector, because you're supposed to at least play so long. So let's begin and show you everything. First thing that I can recommend you to go to Hural 1 station. So this is where we are now, and now we're showing you the way where you get to the refinery. And all these things what you need, so renting a ship and buying all this equipment, you can buy in this exact station. So you don't have to fly around and searching through all Stanton where you can buy and rent some stuff. We are now already in Refinerie, and now we go inside here where it says Mining Support Center, and here you have consoles for buying mining heads, mining modules, mining gadgets, and this is these consoles. And here now we need to know how to find our stuff, what we need to buy. So here on all categories you put utility, and then on the choose subcategory you put, for example, mining laser heads. And now here on the right side it says host fed size 1. This is mining head which you need to choose because it's size 1 and it's for prospector mining ship. Next thing in this subcategory we're gonna choose gadgets. It's a small device which you put on the rock. One what we need, it's called SABIR, and this is gonna be your best choice to take. So we're gonna just buy this one, and now we're gonna put in our subcategory on mining modules, and we're just gonna buy a few of search modules. All this additional equipment is gonna help you to mine little bit bigger rocks than you usually could break only with host-fed laser. All this equipment is gonna improve your mining, and that's why you always need to have it with you as a starter. Now we're gonna show you next thing, and this is where you can rent your mining ship, your prospector. And you see here the renting for 1 day, it's 73.3k we can say, but I always put that on the full number at 74k. So this is what you need to have to be able to actually rent this ship in refineries, and you can rent it in all refineries all over the Stanton. We are here now in the front of our consoles for spawning ships, no matter if they're buy ships or rented ships. And now you see I have already 4 prospectors which I have from before, and this is the 5th one which is actually rented one, and this is what we're gonna use. And you can see the timer for renting, and now we go in our hangar. So let's go there. We are now in our hangar where the prospectors already spawned, and now you're gonna see that in the actual equipment, so the actual mining head which is on the prospector is his default mining head, and that's the arbor mining head which is also size 1. And now first thing what we need to do, we need to be able to exchange mining heads. And the first thing in the process of doing that is that you need to open ship ports on your ship. To be able to do that, you need to hold right alt on your keyboard, and then you press K letter on the keyboard, and with these two combination of keys you're gonna open ship ports on your ship, no matter it is Prospector or any other type of ship. With this action, when you open the ship ports, you can not only remove, mining heads or exchange them, but you can also remove any type of guns on your ship or any other things that are attached on the ship. It's like giving it permission to be removed. Now we're gonna jump out of the ship and you're gonna see how now if you point your tractor beam towards the mining head, it's green highlighted. So that means that we can remove it from the ship. But before we're gonna actually show you how to put another mining head and get it, we're gonna show you something different. If you store your ship right in the hangars and now you wanna try to use the vehicle loaded manager in your mobiGlass, you're gonna see that in that list where you have all the ships, if you rent a Prospector, he's gonna be locked same as all other ships which you don't have on this particular station, right? So you cannot exchange anything through the vehicle loaded manager. And now we're putting that ship back up in our hangar. So we're gonna spawn it, and now we're gonna show you how to exchange mining goods. So you go on your freight elevators, you first lower the elevator. So this is something that you always need to do if you wanna take some stuff from the freight elevator to be spawned, right? So elevator needs to be down, and you see here now we have all this stuff what we buy, but only thing what we're gonna take through freight elevator, it's gonna be mining head. And items which are like mining heads or ore pods or ore bags, however you want to call it, they still are bugged. So you're gonna see it only like halfway sticking out, but you can still take it off from that floor, right? And now we're gonna, bring it to our ship, and you can see you can again put it down if you need to store it. So that works, but visually it doesn't look good, right? So they need to fix this. This is still bugged. And now we're carrying this mining head towards our ship, and we're just gonna detach the original arbor, which is size 1 mining head for this Prospector mining ship, and we're gonna attach the Hofstede size 1, so it's the same size, right? Because you have size 1 and size 2 equipment for two different types of ships, right? So Prospector is size 1, and we put it in the freight elevator there, and it sticks on the floor on the grid. And now we're putting the new mining head on. Next thing what we're going to do is we're gonna put one mining module, the surge mining module, on that mining head. And we're gonna go here where it's our inventory. And now you see everything we're gonna put in our backpack. So mining gadget, it goes on utilities. And on the vehicle part of our inventory in our backpack, it goes mining modules, right? The surge mining modules. And we just put them how many we can, right? So in our cases, this is now 5. And now if you wanna put something from mining modules on the mining head, you need to first drop it on the floor, and then you just take it with your, tractor beam tool. Doesn't matter if it's small tractor beam or this bigger one. And just remember, on the Hofstede size 1, which is for Prospector mining head, you can put only one mining module, right? If that was like size 2, which is for a mole mining ship, you could put 2 of these modules. So if you look at it from front, you can put it here under the chin. This is gonna be only one slot, so that's for size 1. But if you have size 2 for mole, also you can have one slot on the left side of this mining head, right? But this now we can only put one, and this is maximum what you can carry with you. This is now all what is needed to prepare you and to set you up for your first, mining experience. And now, next thing, we need to choose a place where we're gonna go. So let's show you all that. For starters who are just getting into mining, and even people who are mining longer, the best place for mining with Prospector is going to Selin or Yellow Moons, with basically Selin built the best moon. So this area is next to Crusader, so Selin is the moon of Crusader, and we're gonna go to that moon to mine, because on that moon you have the smallest possible rocks, and whatever you can find from Continuum and Tier 1 materials, right, you have some of the best percentages to find it there. And one more big thing, what is they're connected with these primary materials are great second materials, because of which you're gonna get much bigger quantity of ore when you're gonna mine your primary materials, which are Continuum, Paxellite, Terranite, and Gold. I'm gonna take this short moment now when we're flying towards selling to just thank everybody who is supporting me on my YouTube channel and on my Twitch channel. And guys, if you think that this all information is, you know, very good and informative, please like, share it with everybody who you know who think that needs help, and normally subscribe to the channel, because a lot of players are, you know, not subscribed and they're always coming back to watch and they're searching for videos. But if you subscribe, you're gonna get instant notification when the new video is gonna be posted and it's gonna be online for watching. We are in front of Selling Moon now, and now we are searching just some outpost where we're gonna descend down, and we're gonna search something in between like 300 to 400 kilometers distance, because this is gonna be in the front now when it's all daylight, right? If it's like 500, 600, 700 maybe, it's gonna be behind the moon, right? So this is how you can know if you wanna be on the daylight side or it's gonna be on the dark side of the moon. And now we're pinging. So how you scan for rocks? It's very simple thing. You use tab for pinging, and you then press V on your keyboard, and then you see on the right side it says disperse, which I'm putting on 50%. So always put it on 50 or on 0, and then keep pinging with tab. This is gonna reveal you all these unknown markers. So this is positions where rocks are, but you don't know which type of rocks are inside and what percentages they have and how big they are, right? So you see on our left side we have unknown marker, and we have more left there, even one more. So you're just gonna approach to them, and if you have your marker on 50% pierce, right? This, when you ping again, it's gonna reveal individual markers, right? But now we didn't ping because we already see it physically where the rocks are, and you see these small icons like with arrows pointing down. So this is the rocks that you searching for, and this is the place where somebody you see already mined. So somebody already break this because it's very close to that position where we were going down. And now we're scanning for rocks. So this first one is too big, it's 60 tons, and it's laranite, which is not material what you should mine. But this type of cluster, it's actually a good cluster because the second material, which we don't need, which we get inside, is aluminum. So that's basically the best secondary ore that we can get with, for example, taranite, like it's in this rock. And why this ore is important, it's because of the density of materials, which are very important thing in the Star Citizen. You get more materials if the taranite is connected with aluminum. So aluminum is not inverted material, but it's inverted to make you get more ore from your primary material, which in this case was taranite, right? So now we are searching a little bit more. We're gonna look a little bit here if we have maybe a little bit more better rocks, right? So now we're flying towards our second patch, and we're gonna look what we're gonna have there. And normally when you're approaching the rocks again, right, you see have individual markers here with the blue small icons pointing down, and now we see these white icons, you know, on actual rocks. And here we have continue, right? And normally when you want to scan it, you just press M to put your mining arm out. You point the arm, actual mining laser head towards that, and you're gonna see what you have inside. So this rocks is 10 tons. So because it's around 10 to 15 tons, this is all what you can break with Hofstede mining laser, right? And now we're just checking other rocks, and now here we're gonna have one rock which is gonna be too big, and it's almost between like 18-19 tons. So for this type of laser, that's like too much of the resistance what this rock is gonna have. So we're not gonna be able to break this one. So you see it's almost 19 tons, but it's great rock. It's Taranite connected with aluminum and it's over 30%. So if we could take that, that would be a great run just to take that rock, right? And this rock would maybe fill up our prospector full with ore. We are returning now back to our first rock, which was that small quant rock, and he is like around mass 10 tons. It's over 30% quantanium. He has aluminum as a second material, so this is the best option that you can get on Celium, right? Connected with aluminum. So you always try to find these clusters which has aluminum as a second material. To be able to break this rock, now I'm reducing, you see my power laser intensity lower, and now I'm gonna use the surge module with holding left alt and pressing number 1. And now you see, even on 30% power, how this bar jumps up. So you need to be very careful when you're using surge module, because it increases power by 50% and it's reducing resistance by 15. So now you have a big push on your bar up. So you need to find exactly percentage which is gonna let your bar go the slowest as possible. So always remember that in mining. The bar always needs to go as slow as the possible up and not the fastest as possible, because you don't want to wait. This is not how the mining works, because that can cause you to explode the rock. Because this rock was like around 10 tons, we don't need to have any second breaks. So all this now, it's already ready to be collected, right? So we don't have to do second breaking, because it's tiny rock, you know, 10 tons is very small type of rock. And now what we're doing, you see this arrow is showing to the right. We need to right click to change from fracture mode to extraction mode. And then when we click left click, it's gonna turn on different type of laser, which is just for collecting ore, right? And then we can collect everything. So first what we're doing now are scanning our pieces. So when you have bigger quantity of ore, you need to scan all the pieces. So you're gonna start collecting from the highest percentage of quantanium or any type of tier 1, or if you have, like, for example, Taranite, Backselect, Gold, doesn't matter. So you can fill up your ore pods for you know, material storage with the most ore which you need. So you're not gonna collect, you know, crappy ore which you're not gonna refine and sell. Now we're checking this last piece here, but that piece is not gonna be quantanium. And now we're gonna be ready, you know, to collect everything. And after that we're gonna go to that first patch, and you're gonna just take little bit more like Taranite ore just to fill up full our ship, right? Because here I'm now checking the biggest pieces, but basically we're gonna collect everything, because this is in quantity in ore exactly what it can fit almost in our you know, ore pods for ore on our prospector mining ship. And as you see, I'm just keep checking, but we're gonna basically collect everything because it fits, right? And you see it's almost full. So I'm just gonna go to that first patch what we have on the beginning, and we're gonna take there that smallest rock and just fill up maybe like 1.5 SU, you know, just to fill it up full. So we're gonna be having like 32 SU of ore stored in our ship. So this is that rock. We're gonna crack that one, and as you see here, it says almost 13 SU of quantanium. If you remember from previous videos where I was explaining that 10 SU of quantanium is 250k in money. So with this run what we have here, we already pay off one time our equipment which we buy and rent, including ship, gadget, modules, everything, and we still earn so much more money on that on top, right? And even more. Now we're returning back to station, and we're gonna go to Crew L1 station. That's the closest station to Crusader planet. And now when we're gonna land, we don't have any damage on the ship. So now I'm gonna show you that if you have a rented ship, you can't get your modules back, right? So even if you lose the module, right, you need to actually like bump into the station to make little bit damage. But with real ship, you can get modules back, on your mining head when you repair the ship. But now we're just gonna remove it away, and after we do the ticket in the refinery, we're gonna go back normally to our ship and try to repair it after that. And then you're gonna see that we're not gonna get back that module like new, install it on the ship. And the reason for that normally it's because we didn't put it in vehicle loaded manager, because we cannot do it. And now you see here it says 135k if you wanna sell directly on these consoles, right? And if we wanna refine, it's gonna be more than a double. So here we're setting our work order. We're gonna select the Dynex solventation as a method, because that's the best one. You're gonna get the most money from it. We're gonna only select Continuum, a little bit of back select, right? Inert is worthless, and aluminum, if you have full ship of aluminum, it's gonna be like maybe 7, 8k to 10, not more. So that's not worth it to even refine. You're just gonna lose time, and it's gonna take longer. So we need to pay 10k for that. So this is also money which you need to have, right? So it's not only needed to have 110k, you also need to have, let's say, like 150k together. So you're gonna be able to invest in the refinery tickets, right? So if you don't have for a ticket, you can make a refinement, right? So you need to pay for that. It's a small fee, but it's still a fee which you need to have on the beginning of the game. And if you really don't have any money, then the best option is just sell it directly for the half price, so you're gonna have some balance on your account. Now we're going back to our ship, and now we're gonna show you that now if the ship has tiny bit of damage, if you repair it, you're not gonna get that mining module on your mining head back with repairing the ship, right? Because it's rented ship, so it's not possible to do it, because for that you need to set up this mining module in the vehicle loaded manager and save it, then it works. And that's why on the rented ships this cannot work. And now you're gonna see here on our mining head that we don't have a new mining module, unfortunately, but this is how it works for the rented ships. Now we're going back again on selling, and now we already find the second patch. So this it's gonna be like 4 runs, and this all 4 runs gonna be after one after another, right? So that was in period of like 2 hours, maybe 2.5, what I was searching and mining. And now here we again have a cluster of rocks where I'm gonna find a nice taranite rock with connected with aluminum. And you see it's near almost 40% taranite, it's like 38 almost. And it's a pretty nice rock because of his size. And normally we're taking again our search module, putting it normally on our mining head, and normally this module was in our backpack, and this is the reason why you need to carry it in your backpacks, only because you cannot get it back with repairing the ship. And now you see how big nice green is. So this is because we have host weight laser head and taranite and aluminum together, they make pretty nice big green zone, right? And now we're gonna use this search mining module, and because of that we can push the bar up, right? So you need to be very careful when you're using search module, because search module, like I said before, it's giving 50% more increase in power, and it reduces resistance, right? So you need to be very careful when you're doing this with this module, because you can very easily push it to the red. And now when the rock is gonna break, normally we're gonna scan all the pieces. So just remember always, you know, you first need to scan all the pieces, and then you're gonna decide which pieces you're gonna take first, and this always needs to be pieces which have the most you know, concentration, or if you want to say most percentage of the material which you're looking for. In this case, this is Taranite, right? You always need to be picky when you know, scanning rocks and choosing what you want to take. So you're always gonna start to take what has the biggest percentages and go as towards the lowest, and with that you can fill up your prospector mining ship, or even mole mining ship if you're mining with mole, with the most material which you are going for, right? So you don't collect this like crappy material which not gonna give you some bigger amount of money, right? So always going for the most valuable things what you can possibly get, and it's up to you what you wanna decide to collect. So people usually start to collect something from 30% up, but if the all pieces are gonna be 30%, then your ore pods, your all, you know, collecting bags for the material, gonna be just 30% full, right? So if you're collecting something between 30 and 100, it's gonna be maybe like half full, right? So it's actually have good materials which you can sell. So this is how this works, right? And some people are collecting over 60-70%, but then they need to break much more rocks, and they need to much more search for rocks, and it takes more time, right? So it's, you know, you win some, you lose some. It's always that thing, you know. If you search more for rocks, then you're gonna lose time. If you collect lower percentages, you're gonna not collect so much great ore in your ship. So it's always, you know, min-maxing, you know, what you can do. And here we're going to our next cluster. So we're gonna break one more rock which is better, because in that first cluster we didn't have some better option. So we're just scanning all these rocks here, and now we're gonna try to break one more rock which is gonna be like a very great percent. So you see Taranite aluminum, it's almost 14 tons. So we're gonna try to break it, and you see, even if it's almost 14 tons, this type of rock we can break with using our hosted mining laser head and search mining module without putting the SABIR gadget on the rock, right? And here also it's gonna be a very good example how you can easily overheat, you know, the parts in the rock, and it's gonna be actually the best part which we're gonna scan. So you're gonna see how easily this can happen to you, right? Because just few percentages more to put power, your bar can jump instantly in the red. And now you're gonna see this happening here. We have here like little bit lag in this time when we were mining, so sometimes you're gonna see this lag, you know, it's not like perfect performance of the game, so it's sometimes like slowing down. But you're gonna see we have here Taranite and inert, and we cannot collect, so we need to break. And you see how much inert is inside. Inert doesn't have any resistance, and because of that, if we push it just little bit too much than we should, this can instantly jump in the red. And because of that, now watch what is gonna happen. We're gonna lose this piece, right? And I was even waiting on like 28%, and it jumps so much that I can do nothing. So when this happens, just back off with your ship far away like this, and you see, you can still see the bar hooking. So we completely lost this piece of the rock, but we have other, I think, nice pieces here which we're gonna break, and then we can collect and fill up our ship more. Sometimes the cause of you overheating can also be these lags and delays in the game, which if you like push bar more and you're not seeing it going up, it's gonna suddenly just be in the red, right? That's a delay on the server, and you cannot, do anything. We're just gonna explode this piece because it's a low performance of the game, right? But anyway, we're still searching for our pieces which we're gonna collect and to fill up our ship. So in these two clusters we find two nice rocks, and they're all connected with aluminum, which is the best option on selling, because then you're getting the most ore from this type of rocks, right? This is important to remember, and each different moon or maybe a planet has different ingredients in rocks, right? Different materials. So that's why you need to know all about densities, and that's why you need to watch my video what I make about densities. Now we're back in the refinery on Cruel 1 station, and you see here now we're gonna select again our prospector, and you can see now down here it says 76.4k, we can say, right? So this is if you sell directly, right? But if we gonna refine again like our first ticket, then we can make more than a double, right? Basically a double, just maybe a little bit over it. It just depends on which refinery you're delivering, but the closest one here is Cruel 1, so it's the best just to deliver there, so you don't have some bigger problems. And here we are selecting again Dynamic Solidation with selecting Taranite, and you see it's again over 9k to pay for the refinery ticket. And now we have two tickets. So this is what we make with these two tickets, but we're gonna do two more. And now we are already down on selling again, and this was immediately after we make tickets in refinery. And as you see here we have one great rock. So it's also near 14 tons, but it's 49.53 Taranite. It has 33 aluminum, and it has over 17% inert. That means that resistance is a little bit lower because it has inert, right? So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go out from the ship. We're gonna put our search module, right? Again on, and then we're gonna try to break it with that, right? So I still didn't put any SABIR gadget on it because I was thinking maybe it's gonna go. So if it's not gonna go, we're gonna just place it again and put another mining module on the mine, right? So now we're trying without the gadget, and we are pressing the search module with holding left alt and pressing number 1, and you see it's going up. So that means that we don't need to use SABIR gadget on this type of rock, and it's going very nicely up. And you can see again, because of aluminum and taranite together, we have pretty nice green. Normally also on that contributes the Hofstede mining head, and this is very nice when you have these options, and you can mine if you're gonna say secure like that. So this is gonna be very nice break, and this is gonna give us nice amount of taranite. But in this cluster, because you can see rocks around, right? This is in the middle rock what we're mining. It's still like maybe 5-6 more rocks. We find 2 rocks which have containing. So now it's the question, because we don't have big storage, we're gonna just be able to fill up from this rock entire ship, which is taranite piece, but we still have 2 rocks which are containing, right? And they're pretty nice rocks. So we need to get back to this same place. So I'm gonna show you after we break this one, and when we collect, how to get back on the same place, looking just on the map and finding this cluster and these rocks again. Now normally we're gonna scan them all again, because we're searching for the biggest pieces, and few of them we need to break again. So this is a little bit bigger rock, but even if it's only one rock, it's gonna fill up over like 2/3 of our ship with taranite. So when you have something like that, situation where you have such a great percentages connected with aluminum, which because of that second material is gonna bring you much more of your primary material, which is here Terranite in the SU, in the capacity. You're gonna fill up your ship with a lot of that Terranite ore, right? That's the whole point. This is how the mining's supposed to be, right? Breaking one rock and filling up your ship with the most valuable ore almost to the top, and then you have the perfect runs, right? And the runs are fast and they're very fruitful, if you want to say it like that. We're gonna just take this piece and we're gonna scan one more, and we're gonna break this smaller one, and this is gonna be our last piece that we're gonna take. And you're gonna see that with taking all this Terranite, we're gonna basically fill up our ship with like 27, little bit over of 27 SU of ore, and that's a great run when you can have something like that. But now watch what we have here. This is one Quantanium rock. They're almost 30% quant. It's 10 tons, and we have also one more in this same cluster, which is also Quantanium. So this is not big rocks, but this is something perfect that you can find in the clusters like that for your prospector mining ship, right? Because you're gonna be able to break them. You know, that's the priority, right? Because just to find them and then not to be able to break them, it's no point that you find them, right? So this one is also 9 ton almost, and it's a little bit less percentage. But if we break both of these and we fill up our ship, it's gonna be very nice run. Because we have these two quant rocks in the same cluster, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna hover exactly over them and we're gonna make a screenshot. So screenshots you can see in your Star Citizen live folder where you install the game. And if you wanna make a screenshot, just press print screen on your keyboard. And here now we have these two security outposts, and this is security post deeper, and you can see that my marker is like on some like U-shaped pattern. You can barely see it, it's just a little bit visible. So this is pattern what you need to watch when you're gonna fly on your map, and this is how you're gonna find this cluster again. And we're gonna show you how to do it. Normally now we're back on Cruel 1 station. Now we're looking on these small consoles where you can sell directly how much this could be if you don't wanna put it in Refinerie and, you know, make a double amount of money. And by these numbers you can see that that's like 160, 170k, maybe 180, right? What we did if you're gonna refine. So like we said, you need to multiply it by 2 if you're making a ticket in Refinerie, and this is how much you can immediately know, you know, how much approximately you can get. So we, again, putting Dynamic Solventation as a method, we need to pay just tiny bit over 10k again for Refinerie ticket, and it's gonna take 31 hours to refine that. So this all refinement processes takes very long, especially if you put Dynex. But with Dynex you're not removing the most ore away after refinement, because that's important. So you get the most ore out after it's refined. And then also what is important is that your Refinerie ticket costs the smallest amount, right? That's why you're paying only 10. So if you put on Ferron Exchange, which is gonna give you the same yield, it's gonna be much faster, but we need to pay then double amount of money. So that's the difference, right? So that's why Dynex is the best option. You just need to wait longer. And now we're gonna show you how to get back. So you see now I'm searching for that same outpost. I have a little bit trouble to finding it on this map, so I just keep turning it. Is that the outpost deeper what we're looking for? And when you're gonna find that, then you're gonna see, there we go. So now we have security post deeper, and you see I'm showing here with my mouse, it's like a small U shape. So this is where we need to go. So first we're gonna jump down there, right? Now I'm looking the angle, which angle I'm approaching this security, right? So this, you see, this is where it's U shape. So this is where we need to go. So when we're gonna come next to the security post, now I know approximately, how much I need to turn to the right to get to that same position, right? If you look security post deeper and that in the shadow in the back outer post, then you can see the line like going almost next to that U-shaped part. And then I know I need to turn maybe like some, what is that? Like not 45 degrees. Little bit less than 90 degrees, like 75 degrees to the right. And this is what I turn now, right? And I'm slowly approaching. You see how it's going, my marker slowly towards that direction. Now I see that I need to little bit adjust, need to be a little bit left. And you just keep watching. So you put your ship on cruise control and you're watching where you're going, right? And you can go that on full speed if something is further away, right? And now I just keep scanning, trying to remember where I was, but I'm going good direction. And then I remembered I was going to this like OM2 point, right? It was that direction. And now I'm gonna start to actually scan, what I have in front of me, because I'm approaching actually that same position, right? So this is the first that I'm gonna scan. And then on the map, I'm gonna see that I need to go a little bit left, because it's a little bit higher on that U-shaped marker, right? So I just keep scanning all these rocks because I know it's in this area, right? So if you have your screenshot, if you do the print screen, you have a screenshot, you can always get to the same point. It's gonna take a little bit time, but you can always get there, right? And it's not wise, to just leave these rocks, because it is actually two continuum rocks, right? And now I found this, you see, cluster. This is that one, and here I already see break, so you can immediately know that you are probably there and nobody else, because it's very rarely to find, like we find on the first try, right? On our first ticket, that first cluster where somebody was already mining, right? But here we have these two rocks, and now we're gonna try to break them. And now I'm actually gonna use on one that SABIR gadget, because I only have one more surge module, right? And surge module is reducing the resistance, same as SABIR, but SABIR is reducing in the big way, right? Much bigger, higher reduction. But now I'm gonna land, and now here we're gonna go outside, right? And we're gonna place the gadget on this one, and on the other one we're just gonna use the module, right? So this gadget is reducing by 50% resistance, and you're getting by 50% increase in green zone, right? So I have two great things with this thing, and we're putting now our module on, and we're gonna be set for both, right? For both rocks. And now we're gonna try to break them. Now we're gonna start to break these continuum rocks. If you see this like small white icon in the middle of the hut at the bottom, this is a marker, it's icon for SABIR gadget. So if you have SABIR gadget on, you're gonna see that small icon at the bottom, so you're gonna know that it's placed on this rock. And we're not gonna use the surge module on it, because as you see, even if we're not on 100%, the bar is going up. So all this setup that we have, even without the search module, it's still allowing us to push bar up. And we have very nice green zone, and it's all pretty safe, to crack and to break this rock like that. And as you see, this rock is over 10 tons, and this is like some, if we can say, not border, maybe you can break something like around 15, 16, 7. It just depends what its ingredients, how big percentage of continuum you have. If it's more quant, it's gonna be harder to break, all depends, right? None of these rocks are the same, but this is some of type of rocks what you can break. And now on this one, we're gonna try to break it, but you see this rock even goes without using search module. So we're not gonna basically use it, because it's under 10 tons rock, It's nice percent continuum, but not great, but we have some percentage, so that's why we need to break it, because we're gonna choose only the best parts from both of these rows, right? So we're gonna break both of them first. We're not gonna start to collect anything first from one, then from another. We're gonna just first scan both of these rows, and then we're gonna decide to take only the best pieces, so we can fill up our ship with the most of continuum. This is how you're supposed to do it always. So you never break one piece, then we collect this one little bit, then we break another piece. No, you break everything, then you scan everything, and then you keep collecting from the highest percentages towards the lowest. That's the only right way to do it, because like that you're gonna filter out, like manually, if you wanna say it like that, the most material away which you don't want, right? You need to be picky, right? So you can fill up your ore pods on your ship with the best ore, and you can deliver it in the biggest amount. That's the whole idea behind this, scanning first and then collecting after. And all you who are new to the game and you're gonna start to go mining, you need to understand that continuum is only unstable material which gonna get timer when you're gonna start to collect it. So this timer is 25 minutes, and this time you need to deliver continuum to the station and make a ticket. So if you don't want to make a ticket immediately, you can just store the ship and then the ship is safe, right? But if you leave the ship in hangar, not store it, or you leave it on the pads outside, it's gonna blow up. So continuum needs to be delivered in that time of 25 minutes on the station, and it needs to be created a ticket in Refinerie. But you need to understand that, continuum, how much we all want to only, find continuum. This is not a meta material anymore. You just take it if you find it on the way of finding tier 1 materials, right? This is gonna be always your most choice, what you're gonna find. Tier 1 materials, which are Backcellite, Terranite and Gold. And then if you find continuum somewhere normal, you're supposed to pick it. But if you find just like small rock, like 1000 rock, like if you wanna say 1 ton, it's not worth it to bother with continuum. You don't have to collect. If you really want to, you can, but I'm not recommending that, because if you just want to have timer in your ship, right, to deliver it as fast as possible up, then it's gonna bother you that you have that in your ship and you want to still search around, so it's not useful to take this abnormal tiny bits of quant. And here now you see we still have our gadget on the floor. So we're gonna land, we're gonna take the gadget, and we're gonna just store it, because it's still like over 10k worth, that gadget, and we can still use it. So why throw it away if it's still good? If it's not good, you're gonna see like sparks going from this gadget out. So like this, you're gonna know that this gadget is broken. Then you can just leave it on the surface. Now we're back in our refinery, and that was our last trip, and now we're gonna show you how much that can be for instant selling. And you see it says almost 194k, so that means it's gonna be a little bit over 400k on refinery, right? So that one run was over 400k, because we deliver like around 19 ACU of continuum. And we're gonna see it now. Here it says 19, but we're gonna lost around 3 ACU, 2 to 3 ACU, right? Because this station doesn't have some bonus, so we lost basically exact almost 3 ACU, and we need to pay almost 14k for this ticket, and it's gonna take 31 hours to refine, right, with Dynex. So that was a very good run. And now here you can see Backcellite, we have 128 yield, and when you calculate times 7.9, which is price for Backcellite, we need to just add one more decimal number, and then we can calculate how much is that in money. so it's around 10k. So same goes for Terranite. We get it in the worth of 341k, almost 42. And Continuum we have for 677k. So this is all 4 tickets together combined, right? This is not like one round and second round. So this is all 4 tickets combined in money, and all together in all 4 rounds is 1,028k. But we need to reduce that for at least 50k, because you have tickets which you need to pay each time, and then we use some mining modules, right, and little bit fuel. So it's just under the 1 million run, this all 4 together. And you can see that these all tickets were made one after another in approximately 2.5 hours, just by looking these timers running on each ticket. I hope all this guys is gonna help you, this all information, and showing you how it's done on the beginning if you wanna start to do mining in Star Citizen when you're fresh in the game. And also after, if you're gonna have like some big wipes, if you wanna directly start with mining. But like you see, it's problem to little bit to start, because you need to invest, right? Even just for a renting ship, it costs a lot. So if you have some more questions, just ask me in comments below, and you can always join us in our Java Scrap Mining Corp Discord if you wanna play with us and maybe mine or doing salvage. And you can always find me on my Twitch channel, where I'm basically every day live. So you can always chit chat there, and you can always ask me everything there. This is all for now, guys. And if you really like this whole information and you think it's very good and informative, please like, subscribe, and what is most important, share with other players, so they're also gonna know how to start their mining adventures in Star Citizen. Till the next time, see you guys. Bye bye.